Yeah, obviously that last drive didn't get any points, but it was huge in terms of running clock and all that. You know, couple key plays there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously again, you guys get me with these questions sometimes, and I'm kind of in it. But I want to say it was a 3rd and 11, 12 or something backed up, right? We threw the ball to JoJo on, and you know, it's funny. Nick just said it to me. He said, I don't think we've ever been throwing that ball in practice. We run the play a bunch, but it's usually, you know, it's the backside's the 4th read in the play, and they did a great job of covering the boundary there. We were trying to just steal one, kind of get half the distance, get an easier punt, essentially. Didn't think we were running the ball at that point. When they knew we were running it, I think they were doing some movement stuff up front that really hurt us. And so I was trying to get about half the distance there, and we got the whole distance. That's going to be one of those ones that goes down as you know, something that changed the game here, obviously. And you know, to be able to drive that ball down there, and that's the thing. You kind of go back and forth as, you know, another big pass play that got us another, you know, chunk of yardage, and it's tough when you know, when you kind of know what's going to help you, but you also have to worry about incompletions. And you know, there's probably 1 or 2 calls I wish I had back there too. You know, I think the boot that we threw that ended up being an incomplete pass was an average call. You know, I think what we did very well was just execute, you know, in order to keep the ball in our hands. You know, minus the first 2 very bizarre turnovers, which was uncharacteristic of us and also just unfortunate. We did a great job from then on, you know, making sure that we held the ball and finished.
We definitely had a gritty win. I mean, in terms of, you know, giving the 2 early touchdowns, but still hanging in there.
Absolutely, and that's what this team is made of, and that's what this team is about, and that's what we believe in. And you know, there's nothing that's going to deter us from playing hard. And so just because we gave up a little bit early, it doesn't mean we're not going to go out there and continue to climb and just keep kind of wear people down with our intensity and our effort. And you know, you saw what we did, and that's basically you know, how you win a football game. You finish, play really hard and finish.
Coach, Mark Yarns had a career day.
Which I didn't know, which is awesome.
Today. Yeah, I mean, you know, what made you guys feel like he could be particularly successful today? I mean, I'm sure you feel that every game, but
yeah, I mean,
he was obviously a big part of things today.
For sure. I mean, you get to the point where when he's healthy, he's the best player in the field. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. And so, you know, he's probably going to be the best player in the field at some point in the next level too, at some point in his life. And that's who he is. And so when we have the opportunities to give him the rock, we're going to do that. And I think that's the thing that, especially in that last drive, like the one he popped late in that drive, like those are the ones that are going to, you know, it's ironic because of course we had a couple where we were bottled up, but you know, I just keep saying in my head, at some point he's just going to hit one, right? Like, this thing's just going to go over. He's going to run to the end zone, and you know, that's just what you think every time you hand the ball to him, is that there's a chance that he's going for 6. And so, you know, we're going to continue to give him the ball. That won't be the first time he has that many carries, and certainly won't be the last.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah, ask the same thing I was going to ask.
Yeah, there was a game earlier this year where Ty Davis said, "I can't believe he threw the ball to me." What did you think when the ball came right to you?
I didn't expect it, to be honest with you. I thought it was going over my head. I was getting ready to break backwards, but it came to me. I jumped up and made the play.
Yeah.
And credit to the D-line for setting free and getting pressure in his face, getting the ball out.
What's it like
It
to
was
make
also
such
a very good defensive play call. It really was.
What was the defensive play call on that one?
I think it was a great disguise. It was you know, making sure that we made him look like we were in something, and I think it was one of those things that we kind of created a turnover on that one, and that was a great job by Coach Rojas and the staff.
Hey Gavin, obviously the perfect time to make a big interception. What was it like for you just to, you know, to win the game on that particular play?
Great, the feeling's great. Knowing the hard work you put in pays off. It's a good team win.
I mean, obviously that's a team that's come back 5 times in the 4th quarter and win games. I'm sure you're not thinking about that in that moment.
Yeah, no. We talked about it all week. Somehow that team found a way to win. They lost the turnover margin every game of the year. They still found a way to win, and we knew that they were never going to quit, and just kept our foot down.
Hey Nick, did you get bumped into by teammates on both of those fumbles? That's kind of what it looked like.
No, on the first one, I was sliding up in the pocket, and I was ripping my arms up, and Mark just kind of bumped into me. I mean, it was just a freak accident. And the second one was just, it just slipped right through my
That was the
hands.
snap, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was me. I had no explanation for it. So I just tried to catch the ball, went right through my hands.
You know, I mean, when that happens, is like luckily it's early. Was your mindset just forget about that? Just get out here and do what I plan to do today.
I think I've gotten better with like turnovers, like in my mind. Like I used to be like, oh, turn the ball, like I'm freaking out. Now I'm like, I'm happy. I don't care. Next play. It's just how I work now. It's my mindset. So.
You talk about that catch Jake made. Like, I don't know if you thought he was going to get it when he let it go.
Yeah, that was nuts. We talked all week about a certain play call down there. It's like 7-up pressure, which is what they brought down there. We're gonna have to throw a man side, and Jake was the man side. So, I mean, I thought I was gonna crack. So I just put that ball in the back pylon, and he made it. Probably one of the best catches I think I've
You just
ever
try to
seen.
throw it to a spot.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna go and get that ball. I didn't know he was gonna go around. But yeah, that was an unreal catch.
Were you pretty anxious to look at the replay? I mean, did you get a good look at
Oh
it?
yeah,
live, or were you-
everyone was celebrating. I'm like, dude, I don't even know if he scored or not. Like, I was freaking out, but that was amazing.
Hey Nick, just what's it mean to get a win, like this? Again, you guys aren't playing for all the usual stuff you're playing for, but they were. I mean, how much does that mean to you guys to not only get a win for yourselves, but to kind of, be a spoiler for somebody else?
We don't really look at it like that. We kind of look at this like as a playoff win for us. Because, I mean, yeah, we can't go to the playoffs, but we have 3 more games left, so we're thinking about this as like the first round playoffs next week, and then championship after that. Like, that's our mindset. So we're just kind of feeling each other. Like, we don't care that we can't go to the playoffs. We want to win every game. We want to have the best practice every day we can. So, I mean, that's our mindset. It's been our mindset.
Hey, Coach, not to be a downer, like we talked about the fumbles, and it's always being said you'll never allow something in a win that you didn't accept in a loss. So with that being said, being that you came out the victor in this game, are you going to emphasize on that about the fumbles, about the mistakes that you made today?
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna obviously go back to the tape and make sure that no matter we made quite a few more mistakes too today, and just like we do in every game, and every win and every loss, and we need to make sure that obviously everything gets corrected. I think if you've heard me talk this year, you know that we put a pretty heavy emphasis on ball security, and so that was obviously uncharacteristic of us and unfortunate that we started the game like that. But we also preach a lot about heart and edge and committed, relentless, and finish. And we played really hard the rest of the game, and then we finished that game with the ball in our hands. And so, no doubt. And I also think we need to, not gloss over the fact that, this is the 3rd starting quarterback that we've had go win a football game. We just beat the number 10 team in the country with, in quotation marks, our 3rd string quarterback. So let's make sure that we are all clear that that was a outstanding program win, and it was because we played really hard and we finished that football game against an outstanding football team that was good on offense, defense, special teams. I tried to get Josh Cupid up here too, because my God, was he the player of the game as well. And Marcus had a career day. Josh had certainly a Delaware day. I mean, that was as good as he's done consistently in bad situations. We put him in some tough situations there. He had one at the end of the game there, where they were bringing 10, and outstanding job by Ethan Saunders to make the right checks at the line of scrimmage 2 different times. Brought the whole punt team in to go to our max protection punt as well. And then, man, did we just hit some great ones. Really flipped the field for us a couple times when we got backed up. So, I can't say enough good things about the locker room that we have, the belief that we have in each other, and really proud that we came out as a victory today. And, we were lucky enough and fortunate enough to be able to play one more next week.
Coach, just one last question.
Yeah.
So to piggyback off what you said, and you mentioned this earlier too, what did you see, what did you do in practice all week? We know Rhode Island's team, we know how they come back, but what did you do in that 4th quarter that you practiced all week that helped you win that game today?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is not worrying about what quarter it is. It's really just about execution, right? And can we go ahead and no matter what play is called, can we just do our job, do our 111, make sure that we understand and trust that we're going to do our job and the guy next to us is going to do his. And I think that's really what we did. You know, that's really what we work on. It's a little bit less about, you know, specific time of and situations. That's on the coaches. That's on us play calling, making sure we're taking the right amount of time, you know, before we get the plays in and finishing that way. The players have to really just focus on doing their job, and they did down the stretch. Man, that was a heck of a finish.
Gavin, you guys wound up defending two different quarterbacks, and really that second quarterback for the majority of the day. And overall, your guys on defense did such a nice job when Rhody had to drive the field. There wasn't a lot of offense on the board for them. Was it different? Was it an adjustment period for you guys at all when it came to their second quarterback wound up being in the game the rest of the way, or was it more of the same for you guys?
It was a little different. Less QB run, obviously. Number 7 was a really athletic quarterback that we schemed all week. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of less of a problem if you think about it. He's going to stay in the pocket and take his reads. It's going to take more time to get the ball out.
All right,
Hey,
thanks.
Coach Carty, one quick thing.
Gotcha.
We were wondering how the NCAA or the medical waiver rule works. Like if O'Connor came back and played the Villanova game, could he still get a medical waiver? Typically, what do you think? I mean, how does that work? I mean, I know is it different from?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I mean that one, but the NCAA does their own thing. I don't know.
Because
they'll tell
like
us.
they don't treat medical waivers like regular red shirts where you were hurt but you played 4 games, okay, you get a med. Okay.
I don't know. I mean this sincerely.
I believe it.
Completely surprised every time the NCAA determines something, so I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. Good question.
Yeah, we were just curious to see how that worked. I mean, like if he could come back and play that game and keep the year of eligibility, or if he came back and played, that means, well, I guess, you're back playing, so no medical waiver for you.
Yeah.
So, okay. Just
I'll
throwing it
give you
out
the
there.
shrug on that one.
We were just curious, that's what
I appreciate it. That makes sense.